Hello and welcome. Now we are going to work with multiple Docker hosts. Whatever the labs that we have done so far, in all these labs we used only one Docker host. In real world environment, you will get multiple Docker hosts. Why? Because if you are using only single Docker host, then it is a single point of failure. Suppose if I have 4 containers running inside same Docker host, and if this particular Docker host goes down, I will be in trouble because all my 4 containers will be down as well. We want high availability. And this is only possible if you are going to use multiple Docker hosts. In this series, we are going to understand how we can use multiple Docker hosts, how we can create highly available, scalable container environment using Docker Swarm. So let's start. First of all, here I am going to start with the introduction of container orchestration. Here we have first point about it. Container orchestration service are a platform and tool designed to automate the deployment, management, scaling, and networking of containers. We can set up highly available environment for our container. We can set up auto scalability, so whenever it is needed, we can increase number of container and we can decrease this as well. If you want to get advantage of all of this high availability and scalability environment, you have to go with the container orchestration. You can implement container orchestration using tools. And Docker Swarm is one of container orchestration tool. These services help manage the life cycle of containerized application, ensuring that they run efficiently and reliably across the cluster of machines. We can create multiple Docker hosts. We will add them into the single entity. We call it cluster. And then we can automate all the process. But yes, of course, we need to use container orchestration tool over here. If we are talking about key functionality of container orchestration tool, it is actually used to deploy our container automatically. Automate the deployment of containerized application across the multiple hosts. Then scheduling. Determine where to place container based on the resource availability and policy constraint. Now we have to decide this. Why? Because now we are talking about multiple Docker hosts. Suppose if I have only one Docker host and if I want to create container, definitely I will create this into the same Docker host. But if I have multiple, then I will verify that, okay, I have 2 Docker hosts. My one Docker is already overutilized. We are using 50% of resources from this particular Docker host. Now if we are creating another container, we will create them inside Docker host 2 because this particular host is underutilized. Now when we are going to set up deployment automatically, we cannot decide this. So container orchestration tool will decide. It will verify that, okay, which host is overused, which host is underused, and it will place your container into the underused Docker host automatically. Then scaling. Automatically scale application up or down by adding and removing container based on demand. Let's say that I have one container. Now for high availability, I have to create another container into the another host as well. So overall, I have 2 containers running into the 2 different hosts. Now these 2 containers can able to handle 1000 requests per minute. But what if you are getting more requests than this? So I have 2 containers and I am getting 2000 requests per minute. Definitely you have your container with requirement which can handle 1000 requests, but you are getting 2000 requests. In this case, you have to scale up your environment. And this can be possible using container orchestration tool. It will scale your container application automatically. So it will increase number of containers according to the requests that you are getting. So this is third key functionality of our Docker orchestration tool. Then we have load balancing. If you have multiple containers, let's say that I have 4 containers and they are providing same level of service. So container orchestration tool will divide this traffic between 4 containers. Then we have self-healing. It will monitor the health of your container and replace or restart failed container automatically. Whatever I am telling you, I am not just going to explain you theoretically. In this SWAM series, we are going for the practical of many of this key functionality. So don't worry about practical. Right now, you just need to understand that why we are discussing about Docker Swarm. What is a use case? And it is not only use case of Docker Swarm, because the real container orchestration tool that we are using is actually Kubernetes. I can say that whatever I am telling you right now, these are advantage of Kubernetes as well. In upcoming days, you are going to learn Kubernetes as well. So this is like a foundation that we are going to set up for Kubernetes. Then we have networking. Facilitate the communication between container and managed network policies to ensure secure and efficient data flow. If we have multiple Docker hosts, how these containers running into the different hosts can communicate with each other? If you remember our Docker networking days, I explained you about one service known as...
Sorry guys, sorry to disturb you. I know you all are enjoying the session and suddenly it stopped. But if you want full video or if you want full Docker course having 130 plus videos including projects, you can become our community member. Enrollment link is in description. Moreover, we also provide 24/7 support, weekly lifetime live session with Bhavesh Atara, updates and completion certification as well. Still you have any queries regarding it, you can contact me on my personal number. Thank you.